Welcome back to For Love and Justice, where I stay chronically online so you don't have to. If your screen time's down but your curiosity's up, you're in the right place. Today we're diving into shit you might have missed in July. We have a roundup of love stories, justice fights, and everything in between that didn't always break through the noise. But first, a quick shout out to Ground News. Our sponsor, Ground News, is a comparison platform that lets you see how different outlets are covering the same story and whether there's a political bias baked in. So when I say shit you might have missed, I mean stories you may not have even seen depending on your algorithm or news bubble. Ground News makes it way easier to pop that bubble. I'll link it in the show notes. So first up, the love. Harry Styles is now selling vibrators and lube thanks to his company Pleasing. They're already sold out, which sucks for your girl because I want one. In other news, Travis Kelce hard launched his relationship with Taylor Swift on Instagram with a carousel of 13 pics. Yep, 13, count them. I'm obsessed. Thank you for feeding us, Travis, because we Swifties were starving. And then the WNBA wore Pay Us What You Owe Us shirts to the All-Stars game in Indianapolis. This move comes after 40 players met with the WNBA and failed to reach a new collective bargaining agreement. The players opted out of their last CBA in October and are now negotiating for a better revenue sharing model, higher salaries, better benefits, and a softer salary cap. And according to Kelce, who is becoming a go-to source now, love her, the men make 50% of the league's revenue and women make only 9%. So this is a very important moment and good for these women to stand up for themselves and say, pay us what you owe us. Ms. Rachel, the popular kids YouTuber, condemns being a billionaire. In a comment section, someone commented and was like, can't wait for you to be a billionaire. And she responded and said, I will never be a billionaire because I don't believe that's right, but thank you. I love sharing. Period. Now for the justice. Quite a bit has been going on the justice front, especially with our dear president. So, our president, Donald Trump, has officially declared war on late night television, and he's actually winning, which is terrifying. It started with his lawsuit against Paramount, the parent company of CBS, accusing them of political bias and defamation. While most dismissed it as another stunt, the pressure somehow worked. Stephen Colbert was ousted from The Late Show shortly after. Now Trump is taking a victory lap, openly bragging about playing a major part in getting Colbert fired and setting his sights on Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon next. And I will just read straight from his Truth Social post. So Trump said, the word is, and it's a strong word at that, I won't do a Trump impression like everyone else. I'm sorry, you can go elsewhere for that. My Trump impression is not good. It needs work. The word is, and it's a strong word at that, Jimmy Kimmel is next to go in the untalented late night sweepstakes, and shortly thereafter, Fallon will be gone. These are people with absolutely no talent who were paid millions of dollars for, in all cases, destroying what used to be great television. It's really good to see them go, and I hope I played a major part in it. The President of the United States said he hoped he played a major part in a late night host getting canceled from TV. He also went on to say that networks aren't allowed to be political pawns for the Democrat Party. It has become so outrageous that, in my opinion, their licenses could and should be revoked. MAGA. What about networks that are political pawns for the Republican Party? What about those? No, that's okay, right? That's how that works. But South Park clapped back. So South Park just signed, I don't have it in front of me, but like a $1.5 billion deal for renewal. And so they came back after a couple years with their season premiere, roasting Trump, complete with jokes about his tiny ding-a-ling. Trump's been busy, y'all. He's also been hawking Trump phones, Trump colognes, Trump Bibles, Trump dogecoin, Trump boots and sneakers, and his net worth has doubled since he took office again more than 6 months ago. So while we're all putting groceries on Afterpay, the man's raking in the dough. He also, the man who just won't die. We have to talk about the man who won't die. Quoted by Trump, Jeffrey Epstein is just a man who won't die. Said like a guilty person. So Trump took to Truth Social to rant and rave about how his past followers, will not shut up about the Epstein files. He said the radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again, just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. I'm going to skip through this to the important part. Blah, blah, blah. Also, unlike Republicans, they, meaning Democrats, stick together like glue, which is not true. Look at Harvey Weinstein. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my past supporters, in all caps, have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years. I have had more success in 6 months hawking Bibles and sneakers and other shit than perhaps any president in our country's history. Oh, even the presidents who overturned slavery? You did more than them? Cool. Didn't know. And all these people want to talk about, with strong prodding by the fake news and the success-starved Dems, no hyphens, need hyphens there, is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success, because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. So do you hear that? If you care about Jeffrey Epstein and trafficking and all the children affected, then you're a weakling. And he doesn't want your support. So I'm just letting you know, past supporters, Trump does not want your support anymore. The 30% that was left supporting him, he doesn't want you. A judge also nixed a Biden-era rule to keep medical debt out of credit scores. And in better news, 12 states have formally adopted resolutions calling for an amendment to the U.S. Constitution to establish term limits for members of Congress. Let's keep that momentum going, people.
What the Huck is going down in Arkantown?
Now for my favorite segment, what the Huck is going down in Arkantown? 64% of Arkansas's rural hospitals are at risk of closing. A new report from the Center for Healthcare Quality and Payment Reform said that 30 out of 47 rural hospitals in Arkansas are at risk of closing, with 11 of those hospitals being at, quote, immediate risk. In related news, Hallie Schaffner is running for Senate against Tom Cotton in Arkansas in 2026, and she just lost her farm, and she's blaming Trump. So check her out. Trump also owes Arkansas a lot of money. The Trump administration sent $12 million to Arkansas for after-school programs to the Arkansas Department of Education last Monday, nearly 3 weeks after the July 1st date when federal education funds are typically distributed to states. That $12 million payment to Arkansas represents only a fraction of the more than $58 million in education funding approved for the state by Congress in March, and which Arkansas expected to receive at the start of July. So $58 million minus $12 million, he still needs to cough up quite a bit of moolah. Arkansas health insurers are also proposing a 26.2% rate increase for individual plans. So as if healthcare didn't already cost an arm and a leg, now it's going to cost everything. From Arkansas Online, KFF estimates an Arkansas family of 4 with 2 40-year-old parents and 2 children earning the state's median household income would go from paying $75 to $257 per month for a silver plan, a plan which requires the insurance company to pay for 70% of all covered medical services on average. So get ready, it's not just groceries that are going up, it's your medical bills too. Thanks, Trump. The National Weather Service is also cutting services in Arkansas. So you might not get an alert the next time we have a little tornado. And this news is extremely disappointing. An Arkansas man avoided prison after raping and impregnating a child. The man was offered a plea deal and avoided jail time. He got off with a year probation. He was also ordered by the judge to pay $690 in restitution to the victim in $75 monthly installments beginning in September. So that's the price of grape, I guess. Additionally, Gibson, that's his name, his last name, Gibson must complete parenting classes and a mental health assessment. So his rights are intact, but what about the victim? And what about the child? So now the victim has to raise her child with her rapist. Sounds about right, right? Nah, fam. And then in really crazy news, a white supremacist group calling themselves Return to the Land has taken up land in Arkansas. They are whites only, anti-Jewish, and they have a compound which they are looking at extending into Missouri. And the Arkansas AG has issued a statement saying these allegations raise, quote, constitutional concerns and are under review. So, to be continued. Then a few ways to support your local Arkansas community. The Conway Animal Shelter needs donations for a new patio roof. Those little babies are burning their little toe beans in the sun. They need a roof. They need some protection. So please donate. I'll put the link in the description. And then Arkansas Abortion Supports Diaper Fund is still live, and you can donate to their Amazon wish list. There's a lot going on, and it's really easy to feel numb or overwhelmed. So what can we do about all this without losing our goddamn minds, right? One really easy thing is you can like this video, you can subscribe to my podcast. Liking really helps with the algorithm. Share with your friends, get the good word out there that everything's fucked. But the more we lean in and work together, the more we can help find a cure.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.